Welcome back to Brent's Hang. I'm Brent Barnett. Today, I have the pleasure of being in the studio with Mr. Art Cruz. Dude,
we out here.
What's going on?
Good to see you.
Dude,
so happy
good to see you too, man.
And he's wearing the Metallica shirt.
Oh yeah.
Brought the real big guns out here. I like his style.
Gotta rock the Metallica.
There you go.
Anyways, so Art has been playing drums for Lamb of God.
Yes. I've been playing with the band since August of 2018 when they first asked me to start helping them out on the summer tours with Slayer. So it's been about a little over a year. So as soon as we finished the Slayer run and our European festivals in Europe, we just were like, all right, let's just keep the momentum going and jumped straight into writing music. And here we are now in the studio getting ready to prep to record my first one with the band. So
let's talk a little bit about gear. You've played Gibraltar before, right?
Yeah, so one of my first racks, I was telling you, it's like my first rack was, my mom bought it for me at Guitar Center. And that was my first rack that I had, and then that just kind of expanded, as we all do as drummers and rack lovers. And then I moved on to the new Stealth rack systems, which are killer. I used 2 Stealth side racks and a center rack, and it ended up holding everything perfectly. And obviously when I started playing with Lamb, I needed to up the game, and I needed more drums and I needed more stuff. So we went above and beyond. And I know we built one before, but this is the first one that I'm finally able to break down with you and with you guys. So I'm looking forward to that, man. It's gonna be great.
So what are we, what size kit are you playing on today? And then let's talk about kind of the frame and the structure of the rack.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm using Crush Drums, a company out of Tampa, Florida. 12-inch rack tom, 13-inch rack tom, 16-inch floor tom, 18-inch floor tom. I would like to continue, but I don't need that many drums right now, so I'm only using those.
Now, for the rack setup, we're doing basically two front curved racks set over each bass drum.
Yes.
And we're going to connect the 2 curved racks in the center with a curved bar, right?
Correct. My setup is so symmetrical that it makes sense anyways to just do that. So,
right.
Yeah, it works out perfectly, and then one at a time goes in the truck. Boom, boom.
So what's actually really cool about, another really cool thing about today is that we're in the Foo Fighters like iconic Studio 606 studio where you guys are recording your album.
Dave Grohl, man, this room is legendary. This console is legendary. This control room is legendary. This entire situation is legendary. So who else gets to do that? We're pumped. We're here.
Oh, is it?
He's back there.
It's a little creepy because there's a painting of Dave just watching us. Let's get started with this build.
Man.
All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna build each rack separately. So it's just basically a front curved rack here, front curved rack here, join them in the center with a 24-inch curved bar, and then add the side extension. So we're gonna start on the hi-hat side, build that rack, move over to the right, the floor tom side, build that front rack. We're gonna add his bass drums in because Art apparently adapts his drum set to the rack, which is
weird, right?
Which is different.
Because I don't mind. Just play the drums, baby. Play the drums.
Brent the Builder. So now let's do this second side.
My common problem would be with the tip that you said is not putting the memory locks on before you put the pole, because then you set up your whole drum set and then you kind of got to go backwards. But it's all part of the fun. Oh, you should. When I was 15 years old, watching Cruz. We'll get to that when we get there.
Okay.
But in reality of clamping it, I think it would like move. Very sleek.
Okay, so like as Art was saying, he splits the drum kit in half. Half of it goes on this part of the riser, half of it goes on this part of the riser, and they just roll it on the truck. So what we're gonna do is this connector bar, so they don't have to remove it, we're gonna cut this bar right in the center and then just use a multi-clamp to hold these 2 pieces together. So all they have to do is just remove the multi-clamp, and then the entire rack will split in 2. This side goes over here and this side goes over here, which is a brilliant idea.
So we're all learning here. It's great. to see how high we're gonna, or how low we can go with this. Even then, there's still plenty of room. In reality, and I like the logos out of this thing. And in reality, I'm actually experimenting right now. We're experimenting for this session. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do both here, what most drummers are used to, or the old battle drums.
Right. So which one do you hit more?
The right one. I'm on the splashes a lot. I ride the splashes a lot, so.
Little Hi Hat?
There you go.
So now we got the entire rig set up, every drum, every cymbal's on there, and we got the front bar cut. Now we're just gonna add a couple more accessories, and he can start rocking out on it.
Yeah, so it's the same effect as we use on all the splashes and the bell. I think we're there.
Now it's time to add the legless hi hat stand. So we're gonna connect this one to Art's left bass drum. I tried to get him to put it on the right bass drum, but he wasn't having any of it. So, so we're gonna use our little clampy clamp, McClamperson,
Yeah.
to attach directly to the hoop.
Beautiful. So, we got the 9706 heavy duty ultra adjust snare stand for an ultra snare. Oh, look at that. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Of beautiful Gibraltar hardware. Brent, that was rad, man.
All right, so we completed the rig, the new Lamb of God recording / practice / fly date rig.
Yes. That's
And,
literally all of it.
and I wanted to thank Art for inviting us here to this iconic studio to be able to build this rig for you, man.
Definitely, man. Witnessing greatness in front of greatness with all of this greatness. So it's really awesome, and thanks a lot for being here, Brent. Appreciate it, man. Thank you guys for watching, man. That's awesome.
And make sure you guys check out the new Lamb of God record.
Oh, you better believe it.
All right, see you next time. Thanks.
Bye, guys.